Tell you my cat story. I never really liked cats, especially the needy ones who always want to rub against you, so you'll pet them. I lived in a house full of women and female animals, cats, two dogs, two daughters, a wife, and one fixed tabby male. The male cat began to eat voraciously everything: dog food, cat food, my food, bread that was left on the counter, anything, especially things that were left on the counter. You couldn't even fix a meal and walk away without the cat jumping up there and going for it. He started even getting into the trash, and all of this was never seen before behavior. And the weirdest thing was he was also turning into a bone, a skeleton. He was losing all his weight, and he always was the fattest cat we had. I finally took him to the vet, and they said his blood work was off the charts. Liver cancer. Was not good. They said they were going to treat him with the thyroid pill, but chemo was really what he needed. And at several $1,000s with radiation and all, I just couldn't afford it. So all I could afford was just to keep him comfortable. And I had some issues concerning my liver, and God had healed me of them. So my heart starts changing towards this cat. His name is Bobo. My daughters named him. Bobo's hair is now beginning to fall out in chunks, and I find out it's the pill. And I had to give him a pill every other day, so now I start quartering the pill, and I cut the dosage down to maybe once every 3 days, and then that doesn't work, and once a week, and nothing. His hair is still falling out. And by this time, I'm just getting so mad at the devil. He just seems like he spends all his time trying to rob, steal, kill, and destroy everything. He's been trying to do that with my family. He tried to do that with me, and now he's working on my cat. I've had enough. So I walk in my walk-in closet. It's a place I go to just to get dressed in the morning. And my cat follows me in there, and I sit down and I start thinking, I wonder if God heals cats. And I think, why not? Why wouldn't God heal a cat? So I give it a shot, and I think, well, at least I get to practice. So I start praying, and I pray in the spirit, I pray in the natural, I pray every which way but loose. I'm lay my hand on the cat, and I've got this one hand that always gets hot. It's my right hand, and I pray and lay my hand on the cat, and he likes it. And he'll let you know if he doesn't like something. So he starts purring, and I do this the next day and the next day, and so it goes. Some days I feel nothing, and some days I feel like electricity went through my arms. And I'll feel all kind of electrified. So anyway, I do this every day. In fact, I do it every time I see the cat now, which is now pretty much all the time. And my cat's going, who is this guy who likes me now, and where did he come from? Because I did not like this cat. I did not want the cat to touch me. I didn't want the cat to rub on me. I didn't want him jumping on my bed. So now I'm even picking him up and putting him in my lap just so I can pray under my breath for this cat. And notice how I'm saying he's my cat. I'm absolutely in love with this cat by now. And I'm not a cat person. I want him to come near, just so I can love on him. I begin to notice soon that the hair stops falling out. And I'm so wanting my cat to be healed. I want to prove to my kids, my family, even my wife, the power of a loving God, and that He is alive and worthy to be trusted. He's not a Sunday school story. He's not a cartoon Jesus that we fill in because we've got time to waste on a Sunday. Anyway, they think I've gone a little Jesus crazy, but on the other hand, they also beginning to say, Dad, we've never seen you happier. So I just keep praying. One morning, during one of these intense electrical rushes of God's power, which always seems to be so intense when I just thank Him over and over and over again for healing, I start to laugh, and I couldn't stop. I got hysterical. I'm weepy now, but I'm thinking, oh no, if they hear me, they'll surely think I have lost my mind. But I just can't stop laughing. It's that laughter you get when you're not supposed to be doing stuff. You know, you're cutting up and you laugh inappropriately at the wrong place at the wrong time. But it was like that, but way more intense. I had to cover my mouth with clothes from the closet just so the kids couldn't hear me throughout the house. And that was the first time I even laughed in a long time. A long time, 3 years, because of the sadness in our life, in my cat, my kids, my marriage, my job. It was the first time I ever laughed in the Spirit. In fact, I thought all this time that kind of stuff was really from the dark side. I thought it was at least emotionalism at best. Well, I learned that morning I was wrong. Anyway, my kids are beginning to wonder, what's up with Dad? He hates Bobo. I just tell them because of Bobo's liver thing, I feel really connected. And after a few weeks, I'm noticing Bobo is now putting on weight. And he's eating normally. It was little by little. It wasn't overnight. It was contending and practicing and commanding and waiting on God and doing what He wanted me to do. Saying what He wanted me to say. Bobo fully recovered. His hair came back, his weight came back. He was such a happy cat. Much later, after all is well, I was complaining to my wife one night about the 3 litter boxes and the smell in the house, and I clean litter boxes. That's 2 to 3 times a day because these cats just eat. You know, you'd think I'd quit feeding them, but they just eat. So that's why I wasn't fond of cats. It's the smell. And my wife says, she turns to me and smiles. She said, you know, honey, if you'd stop praying for the cat, we'd have one less cat. My wife and kids never, really came out and showed, oh, wow, God's so cool. He healed our cat. But, I know they'll never forget it. I'm here to say, God heals cats and everything else living and breathing. You, me, your dog, your horse, your fish, your bird, even your snake. He loves life. And He wants everything to live. So currently, I'm going to believe now for a chance to raise one of my animals from the dead. I love to practice. And after all, I need to practice. That's my cat story. This is Steve Williams. Talk to you later. Bye.